Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is the Scottish Sim guy here. I'm back on KINLAIG for another farm build. Just want to say that the Let's Play series have taken a little pause just now. Things are quite busy at work and things like that, and I just can't get the time to get them out, get any gameplay done to make them. But I can work when I've got a wee spare hour here or there. I've been doing some farm builds, so I've got a few farm builds stacked up ready to do and finish off. So I've got two in KINLAIG, another one in Saxon. I'm working on another few ideas in the pipeline. So this one is in an area that I haven't built yet, and it's just down here through the roundabout on the right hand side. So this is where we're going to start. So I was looking about, like, where can I do one, couple of ideas, and I went, I'm going to do one down here, and I just I need to try and make it work. So basically we're building this farm in here on this field on the right hand side. So the entrance into this field is way down round at the train station. So obviously that's not going to work to go away round there, so I'm going to make the entrance just in here on the right hand side. So basically this is the field. I'm just going to park this off the road here. So this is the field here that we're going to build on in here. It's relatively flat. I don't think it's completely flat, but it's relatively flat, good big field. So I'll take you onto the map here and show you where we are. So we're field 7, and when you purchase this field 7 you get the bit across the road, so I intend on doing something across the road as well. So this is where it is on the map, right on the shore here. So yeah, we'll do something across the other side of the road definitely. So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be too big, but maybe something else on the other side of the road. I want to try and make more or less everything in the farm. I'm going to try and make it a older, not older style, but older looking sheds and tin sheds and typical UK Scottish farm. Be some decent newer tractors, not anything too old, and just see how we go from there. So we'll get this one done. As I say, I've got a few in the pipeline to do in the future, and I'll keep working on them and getting them out, because you guys this is what you are liking. It's the farm build, so we'll see what happens. I'll try and keep the Let's Plays going for as long as I can, but yeah, I'll get on and get the farm builds done, because I've got a good bit of mojo back, as they say, for doing farm builds. So when you're kicking them out as much as I am, especially on this same maps all the time, you can get a wee bit and using the same things all the time, and we'll get there. But we've got a good few ideas floating through my head, so we'll get a build done here. I've got another one on this map on the go as well. It's not quite completed, and yeah, we'll see how we go, and yeah, that's basically it, folks. So I'm going to go and disappear, and I'm going to bring you back down and show you what this landscape looks like now once we've done the farm build. So we'll catch you in a bit. Right everyone, we'll just take you down to field 7 and show you what we've done. Hopefully you do all like what I've managed to do. So yeah, really decent build. Enjoyed doing it. A little bit different. Trying out a few new ideas that I wanted to do and implement and things, and I've got another couple that I'm wanting to try and do with different sheds and putting them together and giving me little ideas. I've got one I want to do on Saxon. I'm using a couple of ideas that I've been looking at of putting different sheds together. So yeah, we'll see how we got on with them. So as you can see, a bit different coming down here now. and you'll see the farm extends right to the side of the railway there. So we've got kind of a paddock here with some Aberdeen Angus in there now, which I think there's like maybe 40 or something in there, but only shows 20 because you know what it's like with console, it only shows 10 each animal. So yeah, farm runs right along the side of the road, and it's not, they've got the biggest garden for the house, and then I've done a little bit over the other side of the road here. It's not much, but we'll show you that once we've showed you around. So this is the entrance into the farm here, and then we've kind of got the main kind of drag in. So we've got a little bit in here on the left hand side where we've got some silage bales sitting, and we've got some ferret and seed sitting in here, and the fertiliser spreader and the lime spreader there. So that's that, and yeah, we'll just drive up to the front of the house, and then we'll have a wee walk about. So shed here on the right with kind of mowers and Cambridge roller and a topper there, and a van and some bits and bobs, some decorations kicking about it. So I'll just pull in here, and we'll take a little walk about the farm. So as I say, that's the kind of main drag in here. Coming up into here, we've got our house there, and then kind of garden just out the back. So it's not the biggest garden. We've got a greenhouse there, it sits right on the side of the road. I kind of had thought maybe putting something else along here, trees to block the road off, but I just thought I would just leave it open. So out into the farmyard here, we'll go this way first. So we've kind of got grain bins here and a dryer there. I kind of had this all open at one point, because we've got a tipping area in there, and I had it made that you could just drive right over it. And then I'm kind of just near the end of the build when I'm getting things done, I went, I don't know, I want to put a set of gates across there. It just feels too open here. So I actually just built this little wall round about it, so you had to reverse into it to tip, and then kind of stuck some decorations round the side, and then that got me the double gates across there, and that just seemed to work and enclose it in a little bit more, and gave it a better feel than all this just being completely open and nothing there, because it's quite a big area. So that's what I decided to do there. It does seem to have worked. And then we've kind of got this wee kind of inlet bit here. So we've got kind of old shed here with a diesel tank there, and we've got our tractor sitting in here. So we've got our 6R155 here, and we've got a 150 as well. So we're running a Bailey trailer there. We've got a silage wagon. We've got a seeder and cultivator there. So we've got a container here, and this is where we can fill up a sprayer if we get one. We've got water and containers and that there, and then we've basically got the pressure washer shed here. So we've got a pressure washer and that there for pressure washing, and stuck down the water gate there as a kind of little drainage thing, and then done it across the front of the pit as well. And can also access in through that side door to it as well. So we've got kind of this little old shed here, and I just kind of filled it with a bit of rubbish. We've parked the forklift in here out the way, so I just kind of stuck some stuff in there. A couple of silos, you'll see old kind of these Unaya silos kicking about, so we've kind of got them dotted about the farm, and just, you know, plenty of clutter lying about. So access into our kind of paddock down here with the cattle in's just down through this little lane here, between the silage pit and the dung midden, and then these are the cattle out here in this kind of pasture here. And then we've got a kind of, the way it works is I kind of stuck this shed in here, that you'll see in a minute, and then kind of done a double cattle shed, 2 lean-tos together up the top end there, and then done one here, so you're basically running right along here to feed cattle. we've got our old slurry tank in here, and then we've got our kind of bit of kit lying about, you know, our buck rake and our slurry tanker and dung grab. This is our kind of old grain trailer that we just kind of cart dung and stuff like that in, and then we've got our kind of our dung spreader over there, and we've got a pile of dung sitting here in the midden. And then up here we have our sheep shed. This is the area where the wool would spawn, so I kind of brick walled that off, so we can get in there and get that lifted. And then I was kind of, you know, I always like to put a cattle crush down in a race and stuff like that, and as I was building the farm, I'm like, where am I going to put this? So as I kind of had the sheep shed sitting in here and had these, I thought, those sheds there, I thought, you know what, let's build something in this area. So that's what I decided to do. So I've got the crush and all that set up in here, and the way I've made it gives me this wee area to kind of store stuff. So there's another kind of silo there. It's my BCs, and some silage bales sitting there as well. A little bit of clutter over here. So yeah, I mean, and then as you come down here, you can come through here, and we've got another lean-to there, and then that's the kind of two lean-tos together there off of that side. So there's basically four bits to put cattle in, so it gives me room for 80 cattle altogether. Then we use this old storage shed, and I decided to kit that out as a workshop and where we'll keep the combine. So can I put a little wall there, stuck some shelving units in there, put the container in as if that, so you can go in and use that for storage and that as well. And then table and that down there to have your lunch. We've got our toolboxes along the back here, and up beside, and more shelving units and stuff like that. So yeah, a little bit different to what I usually do, and not the shed that I usually do it in. But yeah, and then we come into this shed here. Quite a big shed, so I decided to put some bale storage areas down. So we've got one for straw there, we've got one for hay there, and it still gives us room to park in machines. So we've got our two balers there, and we've got our feeding wagon and 150 sitting there. So you can, you know, come right through here. You don't need to go in through that way, you can come right in through there. You can basically do a big loop round the farm. And then we've got this old wooden shed here with a plough and bits and bobs sat in it. So plenty of room. And all in all, a kind of nice looking kind of little farm. I'll jump up into construction and show you it from above. So give you a kind of little gist of the layout from above. So yeah, this is what we've got. So you get the main drag coming in. Go forward, you've got storage areas in here, round here by the silage pit and the dung midden, down to the sheep shed, past the cattle shed, and then yeah, down into the storage shed there we've got into the workshop, back up and through, and then you're obviously round here, and we've got a fertiliser and our seed and stuff like that in there. And then I'll just take you over and show you the little bit across the road. I was going to leave it and I wasn't going to do anything across the road because I was kind of like, I've got the majority of things in there, what am I going to do? And I'm like, well, this little area over here I could potentially put in some, you know, fenceless pastures. So I was like, well, if I put a fenceless pasture in, I'll put a shed in, and I kind of tie that into the fenceless pasture so that it gives the cattle somewhere to, you know, get out the weather if needs be. So that's what I've done. Now I know this doesn't really work because you will get them going through the, you know, the walls, as we've got one just went through the wall there, but visually, you know, it gives you that idea. We've got an area in here. You come into a little yard, we've got a kind of low loader and bale trailer sitting there. I put the fenceless pasture down first and then get the shed in over the top of it and put the walls in, and then a kind of little gate here just at the water trough because I couldn't get anything just to tie in there nicely. So that's what I did, and then we've got a sheep pasture here on this side as well, so it was an awkward shape, so trying to get the pasture in was a bit of a nightmare, but I managed to get it in just and no more, and got it all sorted out. So we've got a sheep in here as well, and we've also got sheep just behind the old storage shed at the farm. I've actually forgot, I've just not shown you. So we've got sheep in here, so just at the old storage shed there, up and in. We've got a wee paddock there with some sheep in there. So all in all, kind of works out quite well. Jump back up into construction, show you it from above. So there we are, that's what we've got. So big difference to what we started with, and it looks like it belongs there, which is the main thing. So definitely a farm I would play on. And as always guys, this isn't a save game that's available. The file's not available. I'm doing on this on console. I know everybody does when my builds always ask is a save file, and I always say there isn't. It is in the description of the channel and that nothing is available on a save file. Not until I end up maybe one day jumping to PC, but as always, my main aim has been doing this to show what can be done on console, and that though we are limited to certain extents on what we get on ModHub, we can build and do some pretty decent stuff. So basically that is the build, folks. Hope you have enjoyed it. It is a little bit different to what I usually do, in a different location as well. You're probably getting tired of seeing farm builds on KINLAIG. I have, as I say, got another one in the pipeline, and that might be the last. I'm going to hit up Saxlingham. I've got one in the pipeline for that. But yeah, again, thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like, it all does help. And we will hopefully catch you in the next one.